Okay, so you asked me if I oppose foreigners and free speech. Well, no. The answer is obviously no. First off, my brother's wife's from another country, and I'm very much in favor of free speech because it's part of our Bill of Rights, something that you don't think is a part of our Constitution. You know, you've already displayed ignorance there. But if you really want to know who's anti-free speech, you should look at the people in your own ranks. I mean, when you've got organizations out there saying things such as end the NRA and stop the NRA and, you know, yada, 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 well, it shows a lot about their value for free speech. I mean, look what happens when, you know, the NRA is their hated organization that they just want to abolish. I mean, why do you think they want to abolish the NRA? I mean, it's certainly not because the NRA teaches civilian marksmanship or firearm safety, though they hate the NRA for that too. No, the thing they hate about the NRA is the fact the NRA provides a voice for millions of law-abiding gun owners. Now, to further touch on my statement, I thought that Melbourne would be better for you. Well, you're from Melbourne, and it seems that you tend to prefer their gun laws a little bit more than our gun laws. You know? And if that's the case, what are you doing here? I mean, if you want things to be run more like they are in your home country, why don't you just move back there? I mean, take for example this, all right? I used to live in the UK, right? Now, didn't really get into too many debates on gun control there with the locals. The way I see it is it's not my place to tell them how to run their country. In fact, the only real times I got in any debates there was at school, and that's because there was some other Americans there, and two, the debate about American gun laws came up there. And you know what? When you start criticizing my country's gun laws, well, I'm going to stand up for them. Although, I'll tell you the truth, there are a lot of our gun laws I'd like to see repealed. Starting with gun-free zones and the Hughes Amendment to the FOPA of 1986. And then I'd like to see some of the NFA restrictions get repealed too. But that's an entirely other debate. The fact of the matter is that, you know, as a foreigner, the first thing you do when you come to their country is you start criticizing the way we do things here. Well, my question to you is obviously going to be, okay, well, why are you here? Nobody's putting a gun to your head and saying, hey, you're going to stay in the United States. You know, and seeing the fact it sounds like you'd be much happier back home in Australia, I would think that would be the logical move for you. Alright, well, that's about it.